Okay, folks, they just plugged in the a, b, and c into the quadratic equation, and they got these two solutions. Minus 2 plus root 3, minus 2 minus root 3. We can use a calculator to find out about what that is, okay? But the x-intercepts are those things. This one is minus 2 minus root 3. This one is minus 2 plus root 3. Okay? I can use those two solutions to find out where the graph crosses the x-axis. These two numbers is where the graph crosses the x-axis. Let me ask you something, Libby. Is A positive or is A negative? In this equation, yes. It's positive. So that means the parabola is going to open up. Right? And we know how to graph it. Okay? I also know that the x-intercept, the axis of symmetry cuts this thing right in half. Yes? So I know the x is the number halfway between these 2 points. Have we ever found numbers halfway between two things?
Yes.
Yes, we have in the last unit. Okay? So we know that this point, the vertex, has an x that's halfway between this point and this point. I can plug that back into the equation and find the y to give us the vertex. These are all ways that help us graph. Now this is just me talking to get stuff into your head. We're going to do some stuff in just a second. But I'm going to answer Lauren's question first. All right, Lauren, yes ma'am.
So, I know the numbers that you were on it.
Yeah.
But on the graph, I'm kind of confused where you took the y.
Okay. Well, let's do this real quick. Lauren, will you give me the root? Oh, well, you don't have to. I know the square root of 3 is 1.732, something like that. It's close to that. Okay. So I've got negative 2 plus 1.732, and I've got negative 2 minus 1.732. So when I add those, that's going to give me, what is that? Can someone do that for me? What is negative 2 plus 1.732? It's going to be negative 0.268.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. And then this one is negative 3.732. So let's go up here, Lauren. Do you see that this is about negative 0.268? And this one is about negative 3.732. That's how I find out those. Here's negative 4 right here, right? Okay, it's a little before that. Here's 0. It's a little on the negative side of that. All right? Why don't you do something for me, just quickly? Add these two things together. You've got a calculator. Add those two things together for me. Is that negative 4? Is it? No. Is it seriously? It's negative 4. Divide it by 2, which is negative 2. That means that the x of the vertex is negative 2. It's the point halfway between those, right? Okay, I'm going to call it negative 2. I think it's negative 2. Look at it again. Okay?
It's definitely
On the
It's
x.
negative 2.
Oh, on the x.
Oh, well, okay, the x. And then when we plug that in, we can plug that in to find out what the y equals. I can tell that the y, it looks like the y equals negative 3, but let's plug it in. Y is equal to negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 plus 1. What? Oh! Okay. Plus 1. All right. So that's going to be y is equal to 4 minus 8 plus 1. Y is equal to negative 4 plus 1. Y is equal to negative 3. So now I know what the vertex is too. It's negative 2, negative 3. Okay. Now I'm just talking right now. Then we're going to ask us to do some stuff in just a second. Okay? Let's look at the next example.